She watches the life leave his eyes.
You are blooded.
Something kinky going on over here.
I have absolutely no idea what that is. Tonight, an unexpected overnight in Castle Ravenloft, where even Strahd does not know all of the horrors within. This is Roll Q. Real people, real emotions, real stakes.
Yo, what's up? I'm Spencer. I am playing Sylith Vandree. She's our drow grave cleric. She's a recovering Loth acolyte and likes long walks in the Underdark. I also play Muriel. She's a were-raven fighter who also comes from a land down under.
Hi, I'm Shannon, and I play Oksana Velarova, changeling Dampier warlock. She has a fiend patron and enjoys creating murder art. Yeah, I'm also playing one of our NPCs, Irina Koyana, and she has red hair.
Last time, the iconic dinner with Strahd, and then a guided tour of the highlights of Castle Ravenloft. Oksana stayed behind and made a plan with Sasha, Strahd's eldest and most revolutionary bride, to return to the castle and repossess that which Strahd has stolen. As they prepared to board the carriage home, a bolt of lightning struck the castle drawbridge, rendering it inoperable. As a gracious host, Strahd invites you to stay the night here in the castle. Our guest quarters are warm and comfortable and in good condition, no cobwebs or dust bunnies like some of the other rooms have.
Are you sure you did not plan this? Because this seems rather convenient.
Oh, goodness, if I could plan where lightning bolts hit and when, that would be very helpful indeed. I can, of course, throw lightning by magic, but it is not like that.
Sylith looks over at Oksana. Doesn't seem like they really have a lot of options. The last thing she wants to do is stay here, but don't really have a choice. Well, should we at least look at the room in which we will be staying?
I am just a bit stunned and taken aback that we are required to stay here because every room we went in had lots of cobwebs. And Mr. Strahd, you say there will be no cobwebs. So you give us your room?
It's not my room, but I don't think you would find my room comfortable at all. But it is a room that has been in use. Young Escher has been staying there, and he's quite a neat freak, aren't you, Escher? He has no emotion whatsoever.
Irina says, well, all right, we don't have another option.
I don't really mind the cobwebs. It reminds me of home, which is kind of comforting in an odd sort of way I wasn't expecting.
I promise, as long as you're in your rooms, neither I nor any servant of mine will lay a hand on you. You will be absolutely free to go in the morning. If the drawbridge is fixed sooner, if you'd like me to wake you in the middle of the night, we can do so. But certainly it should be fixed before dawn, Lord Miller. Yes, I think that should be adequate time. Lord Miller thinks it will be adequate time.
Oksana flits her eyes toward Ludmilla. Is she with us?
The three of you are standing. Strahd is 15 feet centered on you. Ludmilla is behind his left shoulder, a bit of a distance back from him in deference of respect. Rahanan, he is behind you, holding down that portion of the room.
And what makes Ludmilla, yes ma'am, I'm talking to you, the expert on this situation? I feel like she did this on purpose, and she's like leaning over.
Strahd will look at Ludmilla as if giving her permission to answer. As to the former question, I have a great deal of experience with both engineering and science of all kinds. I consider myself a lifelong learner, and my life has been long. As to the second, I promise you that I have no desire to look at you, any of you, any longer than is absolutely necessary. The only thing that would make this worse is if your bird friend was here. Although she was more fun. Lord Miller, that is enough. Lord Miller can be very passive-aggressive. I apologize.
All right. Best we get on with it.
Excellent. Escher, show them the guest quarters. We'll bid you good night. Again, the moment we have the drawbridge repaired, we will see to your departure. He'll turn to Ludmilla, and you hear him say, I don't like not having choices, as they walk away from you. Escher walks in front. Follow me. Do not stray from the path. To do so invites a most painful death. And he'll lead you up that spiral staircase. It's the same one that Oksana and Sasha went down, but now you are going up. And as you are spiraling upward, a brisk cold wind seeps into parts of the tower as though the tower itself is in need of repair and shoring up. It's very cold. Who would be walking in the back?
Oksana would either be first or last.
You want to flip a coin? I have a draw coin.
Oh, yes. Let us do it.
What you calling?
Heads.
Heads.
I will be last.
Oksana, as you fall in behind Irina and Silith, you do note that Rahadin has fallen in behind you. He's keeping a bit more distance, not pinning you in, but he is making sure that you do not turn around.
Rahadin, I sense you are behind me. I will not turn around because I don't think you want me to turn around, but I am wondering what is your eau de parfum?
As a GM, I have no idea what that means. I do not speak any French.
I honestly don't know that I said it correct. And you know what? If that wasn't pronounced correctly, please hit us up in comments.
But please write it phonetically
Yes,
for me.
phonetics. Perfume.
You're asking Rahadin what his perfume is?
Well, yeah, cologne.
As you ask, he'll say, olfactory senses are not my strong suit. I prefer auditory. As he does that, all of a sudden, not gradually, a blast of that screaming voices that he brings with him. The screaming of 1,000 people all at once, screaming in bloody terror. And that invades your ears for a moment, and then he seems to pull it away.
Noted.
So as you go up, there's a second floor landing, past that. Third floor landing, past that. You arrive at what must be the top floor. There is a life-size painting of Strahd. He is in his military uniform, black and red. Emblazoned on the armor in front of him is the symbol, Silith, that you have on your flag. At Strahd's feet is a trap door that you can open from this side. Next to the trap door, the only door that you can see, and Escher is opening it for you. This is it.
Is it obvious that this is a trap door and it's not being acknowledged?
It is very obvious that this is a trapdoor. The hinges are on this side, not at all hidden. The ring actually is in. There's a little dragon's head, and the ring is in it. Could not be plainer.
Silith asks, so what's in there? Path to the Underdark, boogeyman, extra blankets.
Feel free to take a look. I won't lay a hand on you. The Lord commanded.
That's all you're going to tell me? You're telling me to do it. I don't want to do it.
How about you do it?
Very well. He just turns and walks into the room. As you enter this lounge area, there's still that slight musty smell. Not gross. The must feels like it's slowly dissipating. It feels like maybe this room wasn't cleaned all that long ago. Some of that residual smell remains in there. It is slightly warm. There's chairs, couches all over. There's a bookcase on one of the walls, and there is a window that is pointed directly toward the front of the castle.
Irina goes to the window.
It is not broken like most of the windows you have seen in this place. Between the extra thick glass and the pouring rain, you can't see really anything outside that window. She actually sees herself reflected more than she does outside.
She looks at herself.
Make a charisma check, straight charisma.
I've never made a charisma check. 14.
14. To the outsider, you would think you look pretty unflappable. You look good considering you have spent an entire evening with a vampire who wants to own you.
Irina starts to put herself together out of a way of defiance, not wanting to allow this place to physically change her, if not mentally.
He will sweep his arm dramatically. I hope everything is to your liking. Is there anything else of mine you'd like to take?
This is your room, so I'm assuming you are saying we are taking your room.
It is my room, and as you will be staying here and I will not be, I think taking is the proper verb.
Where will you be staying, Escher? I missed it.
Rahadin from the doorway will say, Escher will be standing guard outside the room all night to make sure that you are safe. Escher looks extremely put out by this.
Silith stirs. I think she forgot Rahadin was there. And because Silith is pretty shaken up, she is going to do what every drow does. Instead of acknowledging her feelings, she's just going to be a turd. Rahadin, I didn't notice you were still there. It's so easy to overlook a dusk elf. Tell me, when was the last time you saw a she-elf? Is that why you're following us so closely?
Your casual racism aside, I see she-elves whenever I wish. And I'll not be following you anymore. These will be your chambers until morning. You are not to leave. Dark things roam this castle. Curiosity could get you killed. To ensure your safety, as I said, Escher will stand guard. He'll hold up a gold key. I am going to lock you in. It is for your safety. I will unlock it at first light. He'll look at you, Oksana. Again, I repeat, Do not leave. He steps out and he starts to slowly shut the door.
Rahad, and one last question. Oksana actually doesn't have a question. She just wants to be a shit. So she's like, I know that you know lots of things about this castle, and I think that you should tell us one secret so that we know we are in good hands. Irina's like, what in the hell?
Here is a secret. I know more about the rooms of this castle than anyone, and I'm quite certain there are horrors that even I am not aware of.
Oh, what is your favorite one?
I am not aware of them. Listening comprehension. By the way, I'm not sure if anyone told you, your fashion sense is appalling. Lady Silith, you look like you're going to the world's most boring funeral. Oksana, you look like you're going to be the world's most boring ringleader's assistant in the circus. And Miss Kolyana looks excellent.
Irina does not know what to think about that. All right, good night.
Good night. First light. He will shut the door, turn the key. You are now locked in the lounge.
Well, he's a royal stick in the mud, just like every dusk elf. I'm not surprised. I think you look great, Oksana.
Thank
10
you.
out of 10. Glamorous. Did you see what he was wearing?
I did, and he smelled terrible too.
I just hope he doesn't do that screaming thing. That is very annoying and effective, but don't tell him I said that.
Yes.
All right. I think we should scan the perimeter of this room. Just make sure, check for anything. Obviously, there's eyes on us all the time here, but we should probably just look around just in case.
Oksana will walk directly to the window, looking at her fur and the shoulder pads and making sure it's not boring. She say, I don't think you know what he was talking about. I don't think I am boring. Irina is going to the trapdoor outside the area of the trapdoor.
You can no longer get to the trapdoor because
Shit.
you are locked in.
Okay. I'm wondering if there must be a way to get out of here. Where do you think we should look, Silith?
Let's see. You've already looked at the window.
There is another door.
Silith is going to walk over to the door and jiggle the handle.
The handle jiggles right open. It's a guest room. One quite large bed in the center. It also has like a black lace canopy. There is an ornate clock that is shaped like a castle's keep facing the bed. Across the room, there is another door. There's also like an ottoman, little chairs. Escher grew up with Doru and Irina and Ismark. He's probably a dozen kids that age in that village. Escher was a very accomplished bard, an excellent musician, and he marched off with Doru on that rebellion. As they were leaving, Irina didn't catch anything. He seemed just as devoted to the cause as Doru. Nobody came back. Everyone was presumed dead. The only ones we know that survived are Escher, and Van Richten managed to find his way out. Irina then saw him driving Strahd's coach the very first time you guys met. That was the moment when she and everyone else realized he was in fact a vampire spawn. Escher was the person who convinced the Vistana to steal Arabella. It was a prophecy. Someone that looked like Arabella, a Vistana with that color eyes, would be key to Strahd doing something, so Escher wanted to kidnap her. When Van Richten showed up, Escher ran, and Van Richten took the other guy's head. You would note also that Escher has not spoken to nor even made any eye contact with Irina at all.
Were they close friends?
She and Ismark want to be kids like everybody else, but everybody knows, they're the king's kids in a small scale way. They would feel a kinship, but also probably some separation, which I would guess leads to a closeness with one another.
Okay.
But that is all me conjecturing based on. Other than Irina and Doru growing up together and her knowing him well, there is nothing in the lore specifically about that. So that is something that you can decide.
Silith has us securing the perimeter.
As you are casing the room, go ahead and make investigation check.
Ooh, Oksana rolled a nat 20 for a 21.
Mine's 12 with guidance, so not nearly as cool as Oksana.
Dirty 20.
Oksana, what part of the room would you be focused on the most?
Is this here a bookcase? An area of a bookcase?
Yes,
Okay.
there's a bookcase there.
All right. Oksana is looking for anything either out of the ordinary or something that looks like it's less dusty, as well as maybe a book that might be more used
Everything about this is eclectic. There are at least 10 or 11 different languages, some of which you recognize. Infernal you speak, but some you don't. The book that seems to be more recently used, and you notice it only with a nat 20, it's just not quite as far in as the rest. This is a book about the Rosanna, who are also called the Ladies Three.
Right.
The Ladies Three are the gods pre-everyone that anyone knows about. Before Barovia even had a name, the Ladies Three were there. It does discuss them in some detail, and you realize that you've seen the sort of pillars of two of them. Somewhat near Old Bone Grinder is a concrete block with a wolf on it.
Yeah.
That represents the Huntress, who is one of the gods. On the way to Babalai Saga, you saw another one pretty near a nest of phase spiders that you wisely didn't go to. That is the place of the Weaver. There is another god called the Seeker, and her fane is in the mountains. You have not seen that one yet. Based on what Kavan said about how Strahd is taking power from the land, with a nat 20, I think you would guess that Strahd has somehow tapped into the power of these goddesses and is taking it for some purpose. The spear that Kavan is talking about supposedly actually belongs to the Huntress, and he managed to go inside the Whispering Wall, come out holding it, and that was sort of the beginning of these goddesses being undermined. The Whispering Wall was a god named the Devourer. The Devourer was defeated by the Ladies Three and turned into the Whispering Wall. So the Whispering Wall, while it gifts you visions, it devours, which is partly why it gives you visions to stay, to try to convince you to stay, where it somewhat devours you, perhaps not literally.
Would she be able to connect quickly Strahd in that vulnerable state outside the Whispering Wall?
With a nat 20, yes. You would remember also that Strahd put something in the wall, which was presumably devoured. You have 2 orbs that can cast Locate Object and 1 that casts Misty Step. They're only one-time uses. Silith, what would you have been looking at with your 12?
I think she's going to go look under the bed.
You look under the bed, and there's not anything there. It's not as dusty as you might expect. Maybe they cleaned it when they were cleaning the rest of the room, but even rooms that are pretty nice are dusty under the bed. There's very little dust under that bed.
Is there anything else of interest? The bedside table or...
Everything looks pretty standard. It is generally, all the upholstery is blood red. The duvet is blood red. Like everything in here is blood red, with the exception of that black lace canopy. There is another door across the room.
Are you doing all right? I'm just admiring the decor choice here. Red seems to be the through-line color of this room. Oh, I can't hear you.
I love a good pantomime. It is great. I mean, I don't know why he says something about my outfit being 3 rings lame circus, but it is similar color. I am over here speed reading and would love to talk to you about it, but we do not have time. So I'm going to steal this.
I'm going to walk over to the other room.
As you do that, Silith, Irina's dirty 20. These rose petals seem older, as though someone has been plucking these roses from time to time.
Ooh, this is like Beauty and the Beast.
There is a person that has been in this room that might wonder whether or not he is loved.
Irina will go over to the roses and likely sit on that chaise or whatever is there. Put herself in this situation of where Escher, she assumes, mind would be physically, what he would be seeing, to see if there's anything around beside the roses that he might be lamenting over.
There's nothing in particular. It does feel like a room with no personality at all. So either he has chosen not to make it his own, or he has been not allowed to bring in anything. Rena would know that as a bard, you would look for a lute and there is not one. And growing up, he always had one. Silith, you open the door and apparently the cleaning stopped outside this door.
Wow, just like my house.
There are a bunch of hooks hung on the walls. There's nothing on them. There's cobwebs, dirt, like it's as though they just forgot this room.
I want to stick my hand in some of the cobweb and see what happens, if anything.
Put your hand in the cobwebs. Most of the cobwebs are so old that they don't even stick to you, really. They just kind of disappear like dust. There's a notable absence of actual spiders. So it appears the spiders did not survive. Their cobwebs are all they left behind.
And is the floor also covered in dust?
Yes.
When I walk across the floorboards, anything sound out of place?
It does not.
With it being so smelly, this is not her favorite place to hang out. Silith is going to walk outside the room. Oksana, this room smells. That's all I got.
All right, well, I'm just wondering if this is really where he is sleeping.
What makes you think that?
Well, she's peering in the room. I mean, hey, bestie. Does the bed, just from where I'm standing, does the bed look like it's been slept in? Has you clarified that?
It's very well made. If Escher is sleeping in that bed, he's making it with military precision.
Yeah, I am suspecting this is not where he actually sleeps. My mind is maybe in certain coffin place. Just a thought.
Or that trap door, maybe?
All right. Oksana casts message to Silith. I think this is going to be the best way we can communicate because I believe Escher is going to be able to hear and know what we are saying.
I think that's a great idea, but you're going to have to initiate the communication as I don't know how to do this spell.
Yes, so since we are together, maybe you make hand gesture, like take your hair, or like go like that. I don't know. We should be creative about it since it's very depressing here.
Creative and uplifting. I'll work on that as a drow.
Well, maybe it doesn't have to be uplifting in a positive, happy way. It could be uplifting as intense and creepy. I like it.
Well, we use drow sign language during sabotage, so I could certainly sign something to you.
I think we should find the way out of here.
Agreed. And we have some other things we need to locate in the castle, right?
Yes, I have a book here, could be of use. She flits to Arena. I think we should get out of here. Can you help? Arena message back. Depends on what it is. Do you know Escher? You know him. Maybe you could convince. I can try, but make it very, very not obvious. Maybe torture him. Okay, I can try. During that time, Oksana's going to go hand the book to Silith.
Thank you. I love books.
All right. Resident librarian. Is this a stage over here where these masks are, or?
I have absolutely no idea what that is.
Oksana casts message to Arena, knowing that Silith is probably flipping the pages of the book. You know, I think something kinky was going on over here. I wonder if it's just like the show Severance. If you haven't seen it, it's actually very good and it's not a paid ad. Yeah, I think there might have been some fun role play over here. What do you think? That was more than 6 seconds. Oksana, I cannot do this and that at the same time. Arena will walk over to the door. Escher, are you there?
I was commanded to guard the door. I was not commanded to talk to you.
And yet you are. And now you're not. So clearly you have independent thought. Are you the same? Would you say you're the same, other than you're changed?
Make a persuasion check. This would be to see if he will even speak to you. So 22. Escher will say, I don't know what you mean. I am the same, I guess. I am better than I was.
Above table, and this is also for listeners, did they get along in her past?
That's up to you if you want it to be. Would you rather it's up to me?
It's an NPC, so I will go with what makes sense.
I think Escher and Irina both had pretty huge crushes on Doru, so they would not have been particularly fond of one another for that reason. Whether that was a long-term thing or just a middle school thing, I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Escher, obviously we're going to be in here all night and you're having to stay awake. I thought maybe we could clear the air.
If you can think of a way that I can clear the air with what happened to our village, go right ahead. I don't think there'll be any air cleared. Seems I've made my choice.
I don't think you knew what was going to happen. It's all right.
Is it all right? Above table?
It's not, but do you want me to roll?
I would like you to roll a deception check, please.
12.
Irina, I do not believe for one moment it is okay that half of your village is dead, including your father. It seems very clear that you want something. Perhaps you could just say what it is.
I'd like to leave this room.
I have to follow Rahadin's orders. I'm not letting you out of this room.
Of course, I'm not asking you to allow us to leave. But perhaps our conversation might spur you to take a moment to yourself, or be so preoccupied that you might slip out on your duties.
Make a persuasion check
Okay, I'm
with
sorry.
disadvantage. You're asking a vampire spawn to do something which might be impossible for him to do.
GM, anytime you want to just shut me up, you let me know. 19 or 16.
19 with disadvantage? Holy
16
moly.
with disadvantage, 16.
Irina, even if I wanted to do that, I could not. I've made my bed, I must lie in it. I advise you, while your bed is not made, to just stay put. Strahd is a monster, but he rarely lies. If he said he'll let you out in the morning, he'll let you out in the morning.
All right. I'm just going to sit here and keep you company. Oksana says to Silith out loud, what do you think about our arrangement and the things that we are observing, indicating the book?
Silith has finished perusing the book. She's getting not quite as good as Oksana at speed reading, but better now that she is the librarian. Well, this is interesting, especially about the goddesses. I feel like we're missing something in here.
What, pray tell?
I don't know exactly. When we would have parties like this and invite people, I don't know, sometimes we would have things hidden, ways to spy, or we would come back and see how the guests went through things. It told us a lot about them. But I'm not really finding anything here. The bed's really made up. The room over there is extremely musty. The cobwebs are ancient. I don't know much about Escher except for what you've told me, but you said he was a bard, right? Isn't that what Irina told us? Usually bards like to perform, and if they don't have an audience, they get depressed. I don't really feel like Escher has the audience he was looking for. I wonder if... And then she gestures to go back into message with her fingers.
What do you wonder?
I know Escher cannot oppose Strahd, but I wonder if we could be the audience he's looking for. He might warm up to us a little bit.
This is a great idea. Who do you think would be best?
Well, probably you. You have a better way with words than I do. I'm a little more abrasive, is what I've been told. I'm actually pretty tactful for a drow, but I can follow your lead.
Silith, I am so tired, and I am thinking maybe, and it's very obvious, I am so tired. I need to have my murder thoughts before I wake up in the morning. I was hoping we could try something different and maybe do group hug so I can have my aura, I don't know, a little bit of both of you, and then take a sleep so that we are best prepared for how we will navigate the day tomorrow. What do you guys think?
That's fine with me. I'm both mentally and physically fatigued from this evening.
Yeah, I didn't even ask you about that.
That's okay. We can always come back. The trauma will always be there.
Hate that. Okay.
I'll just lean up against this wall in trance for a few hours. It's fine.
Arena, we are tired. Are you planning on sleeping there by the door? Arena, I was hoping to speak with Escher, but he doesn't seem to have much interest, so I prefer to sleep in the nice bed, assuming there's no gross spiders or some sort of charm. So she gets up and walks toward the other room, and as does Oksana. Yes, I can be Big Spoon this time. Beforehand, she will bring her arms out and say, "Group hug." Arena comes in. That was tasty. Oksana just jumps into the bed, and Arena sits and decides she's going to sleep on top of the covers. Rolls over, closes her eyes.
And Silith begins to trance.
As you begin to trance, you can't help but think about the blood spurting all over you from when you killed that prisoner. And you also can't help but think about the first time blood spurted from a person that you killed. It's the enormous main chamber of Mithril Hall. You and Kalrar stand crammed against a wall. The smell of sweat pervades the hall. Drow sweat is like no other, tinged with anxiety and malice. And somehow, despite your position in the vanguard, finally representing House Vandree in a raid of significance, neither of you has killed a single dwarf or man at all.
Sylith can feel her heart thumping in her chest. It's the anxiety of being very new at something, but knowing that you're going to excel at it, or at least that you hope you're going to excel at it.
Kalrar will put his hand on your shoulders. Sylith, can you just get out of the way? You're always in the way. I would have killed so many if it wasn't for you.
You didn't kill any of them. Do you just want to split up here now? Do you think you can make it on your own? You think anyone's going to take you seriously?
If House Mizram would let me get away from you, I'm not sure there's anything I wouldn't do.
You should watch what you're saying. That is treason, and you know it.
A hush comes over the group. Literally levitating up is the mother matron of House Bainry, Ivanel Bainry herself, who commanded this army of raiders herself. As you all know, it is a tradition following a battle to blood one who has not yet killed. Normally it would be the youngest of a prominent house, but tonight I'm feeling generous. I will give another house the chance to rise, and another young one to be blooded. And there is no house with more room to rise. House Vandree. She looks right at you.
Sylith takes in a really quick breath, and she starts walking as if she's being pulled forward by this power that she hates but so desperately wants. This is it. This is my time. This is the time for my house, and I'm going to tell Kalrar and everyone else, and they're going to respect me. And by the time she's gone through this inner monologue and like self-pep talk, I think she finds herself as close as custom dictates to be to the mother matron Bainry, and looks up.
She looks at you, raises one hand like that. On the right is obviously a seasoned veteran warrior, but he's old, and he is wounded, and the blood pools at his feet and continues to pour. She spits blood on the ground. All right, lass, let's see if you can dance.
She takes the dagger and she just rams it right towards his jugular.
Make an attack roll, Sylith.
19.
Certainly hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
4 points of piercing.
You feel the dagger pierce his jugular as his eyes go big.
She watches the life leave his eyes. She turns to Mother Bainry. Do I please you?
You are the first member of House Vandree to do so. You are blooded, young Vandree. You are pulled out of sleep and trance by a very loud tolling of the clock in that guest room. So you open your eyes, you see that there's a gray mist in the room. As the bell is tolling, it's like a cuckoo clock, except instead of a cuckoo bird, it's a bat. And the bat comes out, bong, and it kind of unfurls its wings, and it keeps going back in like that. But as the bell strikes 10, you all start to feel very ill, and I will need all three of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
18 for Sylith.
Success.
Irina rolled a 5.
Yeah, no. So, Irina is going to take 3 points of necrotic damage, and her hit point maximum is reduced by 3.
Oof.
The two of you will take 1, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 1. As this sort of sick is starting to wave, we're finally starting to be able to breathe again. Suddenly in the closet, there's a thump. Just one.
Everyone all right? Sylith is going to whisper.
What was that? Sounds exciting.
I don't know, but I don't like it. We should investigate.
All three of us.
I think it's better we stay together. Things that
All
go
right.
bump in the night usually aren't here to wish us a happy birthday.
They get up.
Who is open in the closet, if that is where you're going?
Not it.
I will do it. I will take one for the team, GM.
Silith, you open the closet to see a woman's corpse hanging